Welcome back to the show. You know, just last week, the Nebraska State Patrol reported that the first 100 days of 2024 were the fastest on record, with over 1,300 drivers being ticketed for driving 90 miles an hour or more. That's why they declared this week Speeding Awareness Week. Joining us today, Mike Helgerson, the Executive Director of MAPA, the Metropolitan Area Planning Agency. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
So in this week declaration, what are you seeing from MAPA's standpoint as to some of the trends of these higher speeders?
Yeah, well, this is an issue that MAPA looks at very closely. We're the Metropolitan Planning Organization for the Omaha Council Bluffs metro area. And so traffic safety is something that we really focus a lot in on. And traffic safety in particular, as we've kind of come out of the years of COVID, has really been something that's been an increasing focus, not just here within the Omaha metro, but across both of our state partners in Nebraska and Iowa, and as the nation as a whole. And so a lot of things that we've seen in terms of traffic behavior and driving behaviors that have really ticked up. And so it's great to have a week like Speeding Awareness Week to bring a little bit of light to those issues.
Absolutely. And you're involved, obviously, in helping share these messages in the campaign. What work is MAPA doing in the region related to traffic safety specifically?
Sure. Our largest initiative right now is called Safe Streets and Roads for All. This is a federal grant that MAPA received about a year and a half ago from the United States Department of Transportation to really look systemically, take a safe systems approach, looking at how we can focus on safe users, safe drivers, safe roads, and safe speeds, and really kind of thinking about from the public sector, from individuals, how do we orient ourselves to really providing a safer community for people to live and work in.
Do you have a timeline for looking into that analysis and maybe drawing some conclusions?
Absolutely. So we just kicked it off really here this spring after we've gotten our consultants under contract, and it'll be about 18 months or so before we're finally wrapping it up, but we're hoping that this will lead to a lot more investment in safe infrastructure across the region.
Wonderful. Now, so how does this work with Omaha's Vision Zero? Is that in the same ballpark of what they're trying to accomplish?
Absolutely. So they're both safe systems approaches, and so that's really focused on not just thinking about the roads and the engineering approaches that we typically look at in safety, but also thinking about what do we do to make sure that people are driving safely, making smart choices about speeds, making smart choices about getting into the car when they're impaired, either with drugs or alcohol, and all those different issues. But then even thinking about things on the response side from emergency responders and how we respond to incidents on the freeways, and really just trying to think about keeping our roadway system as safe as possible for all users.
Wonderful, Mike. Well, we're so glad you came in today. If I could just ask you real quick, one takeaway you hope people watching take away from this interview and from hearing about MAPA?
Absolutely. Well, I think in terms of traffic safety, it's really a shared responsibility. So as we look as the system designers and their role in shaping how we all drive, it really comes back down to what we each do when we get behind the wheel as well.
Wonderful. Thanks again, Mike, for spreading this good message out.